Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Love Tarot Jazz. I am rocking my little Spider Man today. But overall, okay, the energy that I got so far was some sense or some feeling of reconciliation or communication. So that's what I was getting when I was shuffling today. I was like, kind of feels I saw that Ace of Swords, that Ten of Wands of, wanting to come in with some sort of communication to let go of past burdens. It almost feels like whoever your person is or whatever energy you're in, it's like I can't move on until I say something here. It's almost like they're hanging on to the burden of you. Okay. All right. So let's get some information here. Let's get some information. What do we need to know? What do we need to know, collective? The Tower. I kept pulling that last night too. The Nine of Swords. Here we go. It's like if I don't do this, I will never be able to move on. I will never be able to just let this thing go. It's almost like becoming irritating at this point. It feels like let's just get it over with. The Two of Cups in reverse on the bottom. The discord between you has caused so much agony. It's like pain, like mental torture here. Mental torture. And so I think because of this, your person or whatever connection you're in is considering kind of dropping the ball here and creating some sort of tower moment. It's going to create a new chapter, a new phase of this connection. Okay. What else do we need to know about the situation here? Think about your person. Let's see. The 10 of coins. It's like stopping them from financial success or like success in general. Um, and that's some form of karma here. It's like not letting you or this person rest the situation going on between you. And until you solve it, I just feel like it's going to be very difficult to manifest your wins, your success, your abundance. It's almost being held back by some sort of karma, some sort of injustice. Justice being upright lets me know that it will happen or you will receive some sort of justice in regards to this. What do we need to know here? What else do I need to know? Strength. Lots of big cards coming out here. Knight of Cups in reverse. The thing that's stopping that situation or that communication is fear. Literally. It's like having a fear or not being courageous enough to offer an apology, to come in with some sort of, emotional offer, and not even in a sense of like love, but maybe reconciliation. I think it's a reconciliation reading. I think it's in reconciliation. So, who is this person in regards to the collective here? Who is this person? I'm going to get some characteristics here so that you know this reading is for you. Queen of Swords, the Ace of Swords in reverse. Interesting. And the 10 of Wands. What the hell, you guys? The Ace of Swords and the 10 of Wands came out again, back to back, right after each other like that. So this person is someone who usually communicates very, very well. This Queen of Swords. I feel like this Queen of Swords has no problem asking for what it is that they want. They have no problem being direct. So it's interesting that you're struggling with communication with this person because I feel like they're not really fearful when it comes to speaking their mind. The Ace of Swords in reverse talks about a lack of clarity. Maybe they don't feel confident because they don't understand the connection, they don't understand you, they don't understand themselves in this moment, or they don't have some sense of clarity over your connection. And so because there could have been miscommunications here too, because there's so many miscommunications or burdens, especially with this 10 of Wands here. It's almost like, I don't know if it's embarrassing. I don't know if it's like guilty feeling here. Um, there's a feeling of like, I don't want to have to admit what happened or what I did. I don't want to talk about, what levels of pain I put this person through or whatnot. And I guess it's going to be like an uncomfortable conversation or awkward. And so there's a lot of fear around being embarrassed or speaking up about something that was awkward. All right, let's do 3 more. Who is this person to the collective? Who is the person to the collective? Someone who has a lot of regrets, someone who misses you, okay? The cups is love, it's emotion, it's sensitivity. So I feel like this person or this connection could have been more emotional in some sense as well, and there's a lot of regrets in this situation. This person's missing you or mourning you or something like this. What else? Who is this person for the collective? Queen of Wands. They're usually very fiery, very fiery, sassy collective here. The Queen of Wands, there's someone who usually takes the lead or takes charge, ambitious, not really fearful. So it's very interesting. You make them nervous. One more here. Who is this person for the collective? The High Priestess in reverse just flipped around in my hand. There's someone who's not really trusting their intuition right now. They're not really trusting themselves. They might feel very disillusioned or depressed or sad, disconnected, maybe like I got like derealization. And that means like when you feel like, out of it, dissociated. I feel like because they're like ruminating so much, they're just getting kind of down on themselves, especially with the 5 of Coins and some sense of loss. It is something that they will overcome. It is something that, they can move through eventually, but maybe they go through these periods of time where they're just not very happy. The 9 of Coins, they could be someone who is comfortable financially and can do things for themselves, someone you do have an emotional connection to, emotional tie to. They're a hard worker, very driven, very ambitious. I keep getting that, like very ambitious with your career. Lots of queen energy. So I'm getting more feminine energy here. So it could be a woman that I'm picking up on or a man that is very in tune emotionally. Maybe you think that this is like the most sensitive emotional man like ever that you've ever dated or something like that. It kind of feels like someone who's very in tune or in touch with their emotions and very vulnerable. They're not very defensive. Oh, someone who you have a lot of love for and they have a lot of love for you. So it's not someone that you hate. I don't think it's someone that you have like a lot of like disdain for. This feels like someone you actually care about. It's someone that you still have feelings for or are still drawn to regardless of all the burdens and pain that you guys have experienced. So I've actually created some reconciliation cards in the past with the help of Chat GPT. Thank you, Chat. And I think that would fit today's reading really well. So let's pull from my Oracle deck here, cards I created. They're really thick, so they're hard to shuffle. I have to kind of shuffle them like hot dog way. And then let's see here. What do we need to know from this person? Think of your person. What do you need to know? What would they want to say? Okay. I didn't handle it well. That was my immaturity, not your worth. So this person could have tried to make you feel worthless or tried to put you maybe in competition here too, because this is my like competition card. It's like they're trying to base your self-worth on their behavior. So they could have acted very immaturely. This is probably where the miscommunication, stuff came in here. And so if they ever felt rejected, I feel like they didn't handle that very well. Okay, what else? What else? And they were very immature about it. So emotional immaturity coming out. Should we address everything or should we keep it lighthearted? I'm telling you right now, there's like a conversation. There's an uncomfortable conversation. And I think this is the biggest blocker too of like, should I say everything? Should we bring up every problem ever that we've ever had or every miscommunication? Or should we just forget about it and say and move forward or move on? But I don't think that's going to work for the collective. You tell me in the comments, would that work for you? Would you want to address everything? Or would you just address like major points, major topics, and then leave the rest? Or would you want to go through and be like, no, this hurt me, this hurt me, this hurt me? What would you do if you knew the truth about how I feel about you? Would you run away? Ooh. So there is a deeper emotional, maybe even romantic, you know, sense here of like how deeply this person feels for you. It says, would you run away from them? They're afraid that you're going to turn away from them, run away from them. And especially because of all the misunderstandings and all the conflict that you guys had, they might think that you will reject them. And that was the big thing that pushed them away the first time. This person cannot handle rejection very well, which is interesting because otherwise they are pretty emotionally balanced, as you know, what I was seeing through the other cards. But with the high priestess, I guess, in reverse, that means that their higher self is not present, right? So they could be just acting very immature. Let's do three more. I should do two more. Let's do three. Let's rewrite the ending together. It's not over. It's not over. Yeah, see, they don't want you to have this reconciliation with them and then forget about them. They want you to continue to talk with them or to continue to have a connection with you. And interestingly enough, I've heard this the other day of like, sometimes people don't give you closure because they don't want you to move on. They don't want you to move forward, or they don't want you to they don't want it the connection to end, and they feel like if they give you that closure, then you would, then it's over. You might reject them and then never talk to them again. It's weird though because they're putting off a conversation or a reconciliation for the sake of their own ego and pride and like their own wishes, right? Kind of feels selfish. That's where that emotional immaturity like comes back into play. All right, let's do two more. Let's do two more. I use my friends to get to you. I wish you loved me as you do them. Not them spying on you through their friends here. They use their friends to get to you. So, if you've been having anyone talking to you and asking you questions randomly about your business, I'd be very careful to share too much information. I've actually had this happen to me, and um it changed my perspective on friendships and conversation and communication forever. Because now I'm like, okay, what are your intentions for asking me these questions? Unless we're close and we've been hanging out since we were 2 years old or something like that, you really don't need to know every detail of my life. And most friends don't know every detail of your life. So if someone's asking you like very random questions about like how you feel about someone else or trying to set you up in some sense, be very mindful of that. That could be, them telling them, hey, go over there and check them out. Or they're using their friends' profiles. Hey, let me log into your account and talk to this person here. It's weird, but I just got a visual of that, of someone using a friend's account or a fake account and pretending to be someone different or pretending to be a different person to talk to you, to figure out more information. Especially if you've never met this person in person, it's been an online friendship, just be very careful because people could fake themselves. They could fake an entire character and it not really be them, and you're over here thinking it's like a person and it's them on the other side. So they're trying to, use friends to get information on you to, this person's just so scared, so afraid. I wish you loved me as you love them, as you do them. So their friends could know about you, is what I'm getting with that too. And they're a little bit jealous of the love or attention that you're showing them or praising on them. So that's a very interesting connection there. Let's do one more. What do you need to know for this reconciliation? What do you need to know here? I no longer need you to hurt for me to heal. I don't want to see you in pain. So I think at one point, this person wanted you to be in pain. They wanted you to hurt because they hurt. They wanted you to feel rejected because they felt rejected. And so now it's saying like I'm past that. I don't need you to hurt anymore. I feel like maybe they felt like they got their revenge or they hurt you enough. Just very immature thinking here and very very hurtful thinking, honestly, right? It's like at one point they did want to see you hurt. They did want to see you in pain. And I feel like that's something children do. Like children kind of, if you smack them, they smack you back and, try to smack you harder or keep it going to really get their revenge out on you. So definitely a heavy sense of revenge or like some sort of miscommunication but in a way to purposely, intentionally hurt you. So you both could have hurt each other on purpose, or you both could have retaliated here, is what I'm getting from this energy. But it doesn't make it right, right? I'm willing to earn your trust. I won't stop pursuing you is on the bottom. So yeah, it's like no matter what, even if this person did get rejected and you're like, okay, thanks, this is a good reconciliation, I can move on with my life, they're not going to let you go. I don't think they're going to let you fully get away. It says, I won't stop pursuing you. So let's get a time frame and then I'll let you guys go. What is the time frame here? One second. All right, let's get a relative time frame of reconciliation for this connection here. What do you need to know? What do you need to know? Let's get a time frame. More than a year is coming out. And on the bottom, a few weeks. I feel like the reconciliation is going to happen within a few months or so. More than a year, I feel like this is someone you've known longer than a year. This is someone that you've had a connection with longer than a year. More than a year could also relate to the fact that, it's going to take a long time to gain your trust, okay? Because I have this right here. I'm willing to earn your trust. It's going to take a long time, right? Once trust is broken, it's hard to get that back. I have next full moon. So you guys will have to like Google that because I'm sure you guys will be seeing this at different times. But next full moon is also a significant date here. Again, I think that relates more so here with the I think I got rid of the card. A few weeks. I think it said a few weeks or whatever. And I think that is more accurate to what I was feeling intuitively and what I was sensing as well. So I feel like this is what is the path right now. Of course, things can change, but I'm going to say within like a month or so, some sort of reconciliation or some sort of conversation is going to happen. If you enjoy this reading, you can book a personal reading in the link in my description. Again, this is Love Tarot Jazz on Twitch, YouTube, and TikTok. I hope you guys enjoyed today's reading and that you have a great day. Bye.